Good morning. It is 9:28 a.m. on Tuesday, December 27th, 2016. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So this is the last day of my trip. Flying back later tonight. My flight's not until 6 p.m. So it's a little, it's just a ways out. I still have time to do things today. But yeah, it's always, the end of the trip is always a little bittersweet, right? Like, because on the one hand, I love my family, I like seeing them, and on the other hand, I like being home too. I like to go pick up my little dog from the kennel and all that. We went to see La La Land yesterday, which I have some strange ambivalent feelings about, and I'm not 100% able to put my finger on where they're coming from. The movie's good. I definitely think that it's well made. And I don't know, maybe I think part of it is that there's a message in there that's a little close to home, which is kind of all about like following your dream creatively. And then the movie does a good job at a point of kind of really examining how difficult that can be and how sometimes reality might interfere. And then it kind of glides back into, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. It's not exactly, picture perfect, like, happily ever after ending. There's some nuance to it. I don't know. I guess I just had, I don't know. Maybe I just need to think about it some more. It's definitely good, and I'm not sure that my reservations are not personal in nature. The music's, good. It's not like the best musical I've ever seen necessarily, but I liked it quite a bit. With just, like I said, some weird ambivalent feelings left about kind of what is the message it's sending ultimately, and I'm not even 100% sure. Anyway, I certainly was coming out of it inspired to put in more work in terms of my creative output. Because it's easy to let the hard parts slide, and realizing, what, I need to be putting in the work, and more than I sometimes do. So I actually spent a good part of the afternoon after the movie, doing more editing, feeling good about that, although it's just slow going because, it's like editing, yeah. Tweeted this the other day, but it's like, yeah, editing is great. It's the part where all of the words that I loved before are wrong now. Anyway, and then in the evening I also watched Inside Out with my dad. I had seen it before, but he hadn't. And even though, because it was late and this is his pattern, he dozed a little bit in parts. He commented on he was surprised how thoughtful it was at the end, and I agree that I hadn't rewatched it since I saw it in the theater, but I love the nuance to it, and it kind of weirdly dovetailed with how I felt about La La Land, in the sense of having a complex emotional response to something and how that's real. It's like you can have something that, like, happy and sad are not opposite ends of a spectrum. You can have something that does both. Yeah. Anyway, so the plan today, to make sure I have all my stuff kind of ready to go, and we're probably gonna do a lunch with me and my mom and my dad, and then otherwise I think it's kind of just hanging out until it's time to go to the airport, which is, you know, mid-afternoon, because we're about an hour away from the airport here, you know, so probably be leaving here, you know, mid-afternoon. And then I'm not going to get home till, you know, late tonight, flying all the way back over to Boston and you know, going west to east. You gain hours that way, or rather, the time goes forward. Who cares? I'm going to get home late, but then tomorrow morning, picking up Luna. It's going to be good. And I will talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes when I should be back in Boston.